Now we move on to the first session of the Congress, the curtain raiser. We'll move ahead with the session. Dr. Colonel Prakash Chitalkar, sir, please.
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 10th National Conference on Teenage and Young Adult Cancer. And this gives me a very long feeling of nostalgia that since 2012, we started this journey in the city of Faridabad. And since then, we've come a long way. We established those days there was no foundation. Actually, it was just a sensitization meeting of oncology professionals interested in young people's cancer. From then, we moved on to formalizing a national non-profit, and then gradually got people on board. And today we got about over 100 members in about 20 cities of India. And the subspecialty of teenage and young adult cancers gradually developing. It's like waking up like a usual, kind of as if from a long slumber. And as you know, this segment of young people's cancer actually accounts for only 5 to 6% of cancer in our country. So but however, it's extremely important for all the reasons that we all know. This is the awakening worldwide. In the United Kingdom, sometime in 1990, and it happens serendipitously. And today they have 28 centers dedicated to young people's cancer across the United Kingdom. In the United States, the ball started rolling sometime in the NCI, the Livestrong Foundation Progress Review Group report in 2006, and since then. And now in 2016, India opened our kind of vistas to young people's cancer in the form of the Taiken Foundation. So this is a registered non-profit company since Jan 16, and the mission is every young person with cancer must get a chance for cure and also live life's dream to the fullest. The vision is to reach every young person with cancer in India on a year-on-year basis by at least by 2026. So these are very tall aims, I know, but somewhere we need to begin in order to reach somewhere. The scope is young persons are defined as those between the age of 15 to 29. Why 15 to 29? Because the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Government of India, and its website very clearly defines youth and all the benefits that the government envisages for them to be provided to people between the age of 15 to 29 years of age. This accounts for 411 million people by the 2011 census, and 2021 census we not yet come to. So we address a composite population consisting of young persons with cancer and also the survivors of childhood cancer who are in this age group. The paradigms are access, the fullest access possible to the best possible care, awareness, then age-appropriate care. This unique age group, they require age-appropriate care. They cannot be treated like a pediatric patient, they're too old for it, and they cannot be treated like an adult too. And last but not the least, advocacy, because advocacy in the educational sphere, advocacy in the job sphere, advocacy in the sphere of life partners and parenthood and so on. The support from the Taiken Foundation is over the years, we have actually crystallized. We have a small hostel in the city of Indore for patients from outstation and overseas. We have been providing financial support now only to the diagnosis, because Ayushman beneficiaries tend to get treatment. So we then support only until in order to make them eligible for Ayushman packages. We provide some rudimentary or sometimes a little advanced diagnostic support. Then retrieval services in villages and home care and active and palliative. We send the nurses from the foundation to the remote villages of Western Madhya Pradesh, and that has been working beautifully. As you know, home care and both active and palliative improves and actually maintains the quality of life and the satisfaction level, and possibly reduces even the adverse effects. And the reducing treatment-induced refusal, or treatment abandonment. Well, we have tried this in a project across two states, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, between 2015 and 18. And definitely there is an incidence of about 24 to 25% abandonment that has come down with active interventions to 7 to 10% in the centers of Indore and even one or two oncology centers in Jaipur. The age-appropriate context remains a very paramount aspect in TY oncology. And young people need their space, they need their paradigms of interacting with each other, social media, and so on. So that we have to always think of young person as a person first, and then as somebody who's actually got cancer. And the science is very important, but we need to somehow marry it up so that we get the ultimate frontier in the form of the best quality care in the most age appropriate context. The COVID-19 disruption, to speak for the last 18 months, has been actually very disruptive in our field also. And Hum Haar Nahi Manenge has been a motto of the Ugam Foundation in Bombay. And I think we, partnering with them or even by ourselves, we tried to, did lose some young persons to cancer and also to COVID. But we somehow continued the access to cancer in spite of huge curtailments in those difficult months. But the technology and virtual consults have permitted us to reach out, and we have somehow managed to complete even the intensive protocols of acute leukemia, germ cell cancers, choriocarcinoma, and so on. And many of them are doing very well now. So that's a heartening aspect. Well, we've now moved to across the field of healthcare. We now collaborating with Indian Society of Neuro-Oncology. We started the Umabai Chitalkar Gold Medal for the excellence in young persons' brain cancer. Awarded this year to a young investigator, Dr. Madan Maitre, research on medulloblastoma. And for the passion and proficiency, we want to nurture it in the postgraduate program. So there's a gold medal in honor of Gangadhar Chitalkar for the first position in DM Medical Oncology. That first year, Dr. Runu Sharma, who's the scientific lead of this conference, was the recipient of that medal. So we now gradually want to pass the baton on to the younger generation. And that is the whole idea, so that we bring down the median age of the TY Cancer Foundation from maybe the current 49 to 50 to maybe sometime in the 30s in the next couple of years. What is happening across the cities, countries, teenage and young adult cancer disease management groups are, particularly in Tata Memorial, there's an active effort to establish a disease management group. It is not yet established, but the rudiments of it are now there in their outpatients. And it consists of a multidisciplinary team. And this probably is the way forward, obviously. But to find a age-appropriate care pathway, and this thing, as Runu mentioned in our presentation. So those are their works in progress, and they'll have to be done in a very unique site-specific way, depending upon the health echelons of different cities, different states, different healthcare systems, both public, private, government, teaching, non-teaching. So it will be a work in progress. And towards that, we are now gradually moving towards creating a document to enunciate care pathways. And this is just a picture of what they've done in the Teenage Cancer Trust in the United Kingdom. They work in tandem with the National Health Service. And I think what I feel is that we'll be working in tandem with the national systems like Ayushman and so many others, CGHS and so many others. And we will ultimately produce a document and ultimately create a e-portal for curriculum of TY cancers for oncology professionals, doctors, nurses, caregivers, volunteers, counselors. Each one needs to be tackled differently. They have to be provided kind of learnings according to their own skills and according to their scope of their work. This is a collaborative effort which is going to happen. We are just about starting this, and we expect that over the couple of months we'll start finalizing how to do it. And that's that's a vision. That's our vision for the next 6 months or 8 months, I think. There are several young DMs now in TYA oncology expertise in our institute at Indore. So Dr. Deepak Singla is Mohali, Dr. Prashant Kumpas in Jaipur, Dr. Nova Gupta in Faridabad, Dr. Vishesh in Hyderabad, Dr. Renu Mishra in Udaipur, Dr. Deepak Vaisi in Rajmahendri, Dr. Ankur Punya in Jaipur, Dr. Runu Sharma from Dehradun, Dr. B.S. Ankit from Jaipur. All these are, they did DM in a center which was focusing on young people's cancer. And today we will introduce Dr. Deepak Vaisi, who is Associate Professor of Medical Oncology at the GLN Medical College at Rajmahendri. And I will hand over you to Dr. Deepak Vaisi. He'll very briefly mention what his vision is for cancer and how he, as a faculty in one of the important colleges in coastal Andhra. Dr. Deepak Vaisi, please.
Welcome to TICON 2021. Myself, Dr. Deepak, Assistant Professor in Medical Oncology at GSR Trust Cancer Hospital, Rajahmundry. As we all know, adolescence is a period of transition from childhood to early adulthood. TYA patients usually have 8 times higher incidence of cancer when compared to individuals less than 15 years of age, and their cancer profile will also be little different when compared to younger age. Altogether, TYS account for less than 5% of all invasive malignancies and even a much smaller percentage among aggressive cancers. Although they account for a much less percentage of all cancers, they are important because of the young age diagnosis. They will have much number of years lost due to their cancer. And with the advent of current therapies, we are able to save most of the life years in the TYA age group. Their unique biologic and genetic differences explain their difference in response to the current therapies. And we have completed few projects during our residency period under Dr. Chitalkar sir, and we have published them. First one is on the psychosocial profile of caregivers to TYA cancer patients. And I had made this as a wall presentation in Malaysia, Singapore. And second one is on the abandonment of cancer treatment in the TYA age group. And when we compare the difference in cancers among TYA age group between northern part of India and southern part of India, here we are seeing a little high proportion of colorectal cancers after head and neck malignancies among the solid tumors. And when we are analyzing our hospital data, we notice a much higher percentage of cancers in the TYA age group in our center. This may be explained by two reasons. One thing is we are having attached medical college, and second one is more referrals from the surrounding centers to our hospital. And with this brief introduction, I welcome you all to the 10th TICON National Conference. Wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Yeah. So life before cancer, life through cancer, and life beyond. That is the theme of this conference for this year. And what we really wish is great learning where we all collaborate, play to our strengths, and take cues from the world of sport to help eradicate cancer in our young Indians. TICON is now 10, and with the aspirational young genius, and with the hope to create a unique culture-specific solution in our young persons. Thank you very much, and welcome, and hope you have great learnings in the next 2 days. Thank you very much.